So, I know it's been a couple of months, at least a month. Who the hell's keeping track? Anyway, little bit of weirdness. There's the typical break I usually have to take somewhere between the end of March and beginning of April. Anyway, just while I'm waiting for the weather to straighten out and stuff to get going, for the rest of the content that I do. Well, this year I had an extra little hiccup. If you remember back in the episode where I was attempting to propagate an apple tree from a cutting, which, by the way, they seem to be doing pretty well. It was finally revealed that I wear reading glasses, and I blamed the need for them on climate change making the world blurry. Well, I'm still not unconvinced that climate change isn't making the world blurry. However, the fact that I have type 2 diabetes probably isn't doing my eyesight any favor. So that caused a bit of a hiccup and a bit of a, oh crap, we got to change it up in terms of how we do stuff. And of course, just because everything about my life always has to be as complicated as possible, an old injury that Cadence had from PE a couple of years ago decided that it needed to flare up. So we are, once again, adapting to injuries so that things can still get done around here. Oh, and on top of everything else, my right shoulder is still healing, and it is now looking like, well, we're not going to talk about my left shoulder. I am just going to call this an intro and show you what we're up to today. I think I've shown you guys this in an earlier video. At least I know I meant to. So my little Earthquake 5-ton electric wood splitter that I bought last fall to make it easier to get through this winter with not being able to swing an axe. I've made one modification to it on Amazon. You can buy this nifty little 4-way splitting wedge that just bolts on to the one that's welded on there. So we got that. A 2x4. Ignore the gravedigger's shovel and the big old pitchforks. They are literally only in here because they got to be put away. So with Katie having that issue with her knee, we got to kind of be careful about how long she's on her feet. She can still do pretty much whatever the hell she wants. She's just got to be careful about it and take a break when she needs to. So what I'm doing is I've got the firewood cutting set up in a way that's, I'm not going to lie, pretty tits. I'm rather proud of myself for this one. And today I am working on fixing so that Cadence has a place to split where she's not having to really move around a lot. She's in the shade or out of the rain if the weather turns on us, because we are still in Western Washington. And the crib is literally right there. So got this old kitchen, well, it's our old kitchen table with my best friend's, well, part of my best friend's old desk screwed to it. I'm going to fasten this to that wall of the repair shop. And then got the crane on Brutus. I'm hoping, not sure how well it's going to work or not. I know it'll at least help, but I'm hoping to use the crane to pick the wood splitter, and Brutus fits through this door. It's barely, but it fits. And I'm hoping to use the crane to get the wood splitter onto this workbench without killing myself. Yeah, that's the plan anyway. But first, just because that wood splitter does weigh like almost 100 pounds, or maybe it's just over 100 pounds, I can't remember. It's goddamn heavy. The 2x4, I'm going to use that to fasten that old table actually to the wall so that nothing can move. Because we don't need that damn wood splitter getting loose and falling on baby Gurr when she's already got a jacked up knee. I'll tell you right now, she's already in a foul enough mood. Don't want to piss her off anymore than she already is. So I'll see what I can. I'll try and fix so that you all can watch me work on this. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'll be able to find a good place to set my phone up. I didn't bring the camera down with me, so I don't got a tripod or anything. But I'll show you as much as I can. Well, in the category of unforeseen complications, I just discovered that this table is almost too goddamn short, so I need to take a second, figure out a way to keep things from moving. Alrighty. So, believe it or not, just because of the way everything's laid out on this thing, those two little strips are plenty. I mean, she can't move now unless you pick up on her. So, yeah. Alrighty. So, where we at? I think I'm gonna... Oh, now I gotta make sure that the generator will run it. Alrighty. So, I didn't film testing it because generator is really goddamn loud. But, as you can see, did a little bit of splitting with it. It's gonna mess with Cadence's head a little bit just because the controls are ass backwards of what she's used to. But I'm just gonna actually tell her, stand back here and run the darn thing, because every now and then when you have a really hard piece, it'll kind of pop and shoot out or pop up, and that always scares the living crap out of her. Whereas if she's back here, less likely to have shit flying at you. Still got to tighten. Looks like the bolt that holds that four-way wedge on has loosened up over the last couple of weeks. And other than that, I just got to go saw up some wood. So, alrighty. Look for a wood processing video in the next week or so. And, yeah. Have a good one. I got to go get cutting.